Welcome to MsMojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the celebs who might have been hidden behind elaborate masks, but still couldn't mask their voice from the fans.
I play this game, and I won't stop until I'm done.
Number 10. Wendy Williams as Lips. Anyone who's even vaguely familiar with Williams' career might have guessed that she'd masquerade behind a giant pair of lips. Even she knew it would be hard to conceal her identity. After all, she's not the most coy of talk show hosts. Anyway, the moment she opened her lips, there was no denying who that voice belonged to.
East 83rd, whoa, fly with me, yeah, native New Yorker.
She might have had us fooled a tad longer if she hadn't started her performance by talking, you know, that thing she's famous for doing.
We love you for watching this evening, but this is for New York.
It's clear she's having a blast, but she got a little too loose-lipped. It was so obvious that she may as well have sat there singing without her disguise.
And guess what? No one opens the door. For native New Yorker.
Number 9. Todrick Hall as Bull. If you've been following Hall's career for a while, you probably hit the bullseye on this one almost instantly. Nicole Scherzinger immediately guessed him, saying she could sense it in her nails, hair, hips, heels.
Now that she's back in the atmosphere, the drops of Jupiter in her head.
As the weeks went on and we gathered more clues, heard more songs, and even saw a few dance moves, we became even more bullheaded about our suspicions. In fact, so many of his stylistic choices were so quintessentially Todrick that we would have put a lot of money on it being him. Still, that didn't stop us from enjoying his performance week after week until he was ultimately unmasked as the series runner-up. Number 8. Drew Carey as Llama. If you watch the Drew Carey show, Whose Line Is It Anyway, or are a The Price Is Right fan, you likely had a good hunch about this masked singer. However, if you're anything like us, the moment he started singing, you were probably thinking, yep, that's gotta be Drew.
Talk to me, tell me your name. You blow me off like it's all the same.
Even if a smidgen of doubt lingered, something in his mannerisms felt like the last pieces of a puzzle finally clicking into place. Even if he couldn't pull the wool over our eyes for long, we were disappointed to see him go when he did.
No matter what you say, you'll find it happens all the time.
In that same season, almost any millennial watching could recognize Jesse McCartney's beautiful soul under that turtle mask.
Now that your rose is in bloom, a light hits the gloom.
Number 7. Gladys Knight as Bee. The Masked Singer has welcomed its fair share of legends, all grappling with a common challenge. How do you conceal a voice that iconic? We all knew it was her. Guest judge Kenan Thompson knew it was her. Yet somehow her identity seemingly eluded the judges until the very end.
Make me feel like a natural woman.
Or perhaps they were just pretending they didn't know who was beneath the mask because, well, who would turn down watching Gladys Knight perform live every week?
I came in like a
As for the rest of us, we were buzzing from the moment we heard her sing. She's the queen bee of soul after all, and her instantly identifiable voice was the sweetest honey to our ears. Number 6. Chris Daughtry as Rottweiler. If you are watching season 2 of The Masked Singer, maybe you guessed that concealed beneath leopard was singer Seal.
somebody to love.
Perhaps you knew you were destined to see Michelle Williams cocooned in Butterfly, or maybe you firmly believed that Patti LaBelle was rooted inside Flower.
Working 9 to 5, what a way to make a living.
However, this season there was one Masked Singer that we were sure we were barking up the right tree. Despite attempts to muzzle his voice, Daughtry's unmistakable raspy tone and confident stage presence gave him away.
Only come out at night, lean and hungry time. Nothing new, I've seen her here before.
All that was left was to piece in the clues that may as well have been a flashing arrow pointing at Daughtry. You'd have been barking not to guess it was him. Number 5. Joey Fatone as Rabbit. NSYNC fans were perfectly in sync with this performer, convinced it was none other than Joey Fatone. Okay, a small part of us leaned towards JC, but it's the same band, right? Right from the first clue package, we sensed it was some bunny from a boy band. However, the moment he began to sing, it clearly couldn't be anyone but Fatone. Those dance moves also convinced us we'd hopped on the right track. Fatone kept trying to send us off his trail with his boundless versatility week after week as he tackled a wide range of genres and styles.
Hey, look at him! Oh, he's a professional dancer singer.
Still, through it all, we were sure it was gonna be him. Number 4. Raven Simone as Black Widow. Season 2 of The Masked Singer treated fans to a cheetah-licious reunion, but here's the twist. These cheetah sisters weren't in on it. Yet for those of us raised on 2000's Disney Channel, these cheetahs couldn't change their spots enough to fool us. Even masquerading as a flamingo, it was impossible not to flamingo exactly to whom that voice belonged.
Say the word and I'll go anywhere blindly. I'm a sucker for you.
Meanwhile, while Raven was no stranger to a disguise on her Disney Channel show, on The Masked Singer, her familiar voice gave her away to fans who grew up watching her. It was a pretty easy web to unravel. From the first moment she started singing, we all said, "That's so Raven."
Do you believe in love after love?
Number 3. Rob Gronkowski as White Tiger. Even if this Masked Singer only came up to his costume's snout, it was pretty clear that this was a tall dude. On top of that, the clues referencing his New England connections, specifically the Patriots, definitely helped narrow it down.
The vibration's good like sun-kissed. Many want to know who done this.
But the dead giveaway? Tiger's roar. Whether belting out a tune or chatting with the panel, his voice and the way he carried himself were as clear as a tiger's stripes.
Stop, collaborate and listen. I sit back with my brand new invention. Something grabs a hold of me tightly.
Some folks couldn't help but notice his moves were pretty reminiscent of the football star too. Even if you're not a sports buff, you probably could have taken a wild guess and pounced on the right answer.
Somebody better put you back into your place.
Number 2. Lil Wayne as Robot. Lil Wayne's been on the scene since he was a kid and is widely hailed as one of today's best and most influential rappers. With over 100 awards, including 5 Grammys, he's not exactly flying under the radar.
That's why you got to try. You got to breathe and have some fun.
So while the panel threw out guesses left and right, the audience knew that voice belonged to Lil Wayne. No ifs, ands, or robuts. Nicole Scherzinger, Robin Thicke, and guest judge Jamie Foxx have all collaborated with him in the past and somehow still failed to guess correctly.
You've done a song with him! You've worked with him! I've done 5 songs with him.
You just conjunced yourself.
We reckon their guessing gears needed a little oiling. It couldn't have been more obvious. Too bad his time on the show short-circuited so quickly.
I heard about my way, and I got to know.
Before we unveil our top pick, here are a few honorable mentions. Tony Hawk as Elephant. Hawk-eyed and eared viewers spotted Tony in a flash.
Break my heart. Thursday doesn't even start. It's Friday. I'm in love.
Tommy Chong as Pineapple. It didn't take fans long to pine a peel away this actor's disguise.
I will survive.
Come on, Pineapple!
As long as I know how to love, I know I'll be alive.
Johnny Weir as Egg. Did you crack this one right away, or were you scrambling for a name?
I'm gonna see ya. I'm gonna meet ya one day. Maybe next week I'm gonna meet ya.
Kelly Osbourne as Ladybug. The hidden identity of this celeb didn't bug viewers for very long.
I need a hero. She can sing.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos.
You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications. Number 1. Donnie Osmond as Peacock. We didn't need Marie Osmond to tell us that it was her brother Donnie showing his feathers in the peacock costume. If you're familiar with the dynamic duo, Mulan, or Joseph in the amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat, you could pick out that voice from a crowd. Osmond played the game well, flaunting his versatility with John Legend's All of Me one week and Calvin Harris featuring Neo's Let's Go another. But no matter, he always put on the greatest show. Other names thrown into the mix included Neil Patrick Harris and even Weird Al Yankovic. Still, most of us knew without a shadow of a doubt that it was Donnie Osmond shaking his tail feathers under there. Which Masked Singer did you instantly guess? Let us know in the comments.
When I heard you sing, I knew within a half of a second who you were.
Seriously.
Do you agree with our picks? Check out this other recent clip from MsMojo. And be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.